Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. Steve, welcome back. And tonight we're going
It's
to give
nice to be
you.
back.
It is. It's nice to have you back. But we're going to go back to the PGA show and show you tonight our conversation with Cobra Golf and all the new stuff that they have coming out this year. So let's get right into it. Welcome to Demo Day, everybody. We are here at the Cobra booth with Ryan. He is
Ryan, what's your title?
Director of Innovation.
Director of Innovation. So, like, you do cool stuff, huh?
You help us hit the golf ball straight.
Yes.
We're doing our best to do that, absolutely. And speaking of straight, I mean, it's a kind of nice segue into our new driver models. We've got the new Optum lineup of drivers, and with this lineup of drivers, we've looked at a little bit more about like the collision of the golf ball and the driver in 3 dimensions, and we're not just talking about forgiveness and say the heel toe direction or the top bottom crown sole direction, but what we're trying to make a head that's more dynamically balanced, right? And when you do that, you're going to basically keep the off center hits straighter, right? And you think of that as like forgiveness or MOI, but that's really about keeping the head stable. And we're trying to eliminate unwanted spin, unwanted directional control when you hit it off center by making the head more symmetrically balanced.
Yeah.
And that's what the Optum driver family is all about.
And most people have thought about the drivers in that XY axis before, but you all have taken it to a more in-depth level now to help us out. That's really what it's about. So
when you think about the 3 dimensions, you have the heel toe direction, which is what I think most people think of when they think, oh, hit it on the toe, it's more forgiving. That's an MOI number. We also have forgiveness in the up down direction, and then we have forgiveness, say, in that kind of like rotational direction this way. When that's really just describing the impact phenomenon into 3 components. And so it's really in life, in the real world, everything's in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
So we think about it in that way, and to do that, to make that head more dynamically balanced, if you will, we needed to add, say, weight here in the toe to offset the way the hosel, right? Because otherwise it's not symmetric. It's like, imagine a tire, if it's not balanced right, you kind of get this weird wobble, right? That kind of analogy would apply to a driver here on impact. You want to avoid that unnecessary wobbling that's going to take what otherwise would be a straight shot and send it to the left because your head's going to rotate in a weird fashion when you hit it off center. What happens.
So, and again, we've got the same Future Fit 33 technology,
Yep.
which we're a big fan of.
Huge fan.
Yeah, huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I tell everyone when they ask me what driver you carry, and I'm like, the cheat code of drivers, because that's how I refer to it, because it's so easy to hit straight. And
we have 33 settings. And the cool thing there is we have a large, wide range. If you look at the settings that we have versus, say, the rest of the landscape out there, all the other companies like fit inside the range of settings that we offer.
Yeah.
Right? So,
and that's only a small portion of what you offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And we have a 4-degree swing, so the driver could potentially grow with someone. You can, if you set it on one side, and as you get better, you can adjust it.
And we did last year. We came here and did a fitting, and I was fit, and I was an F2 in here, and it was amazing to see the chart of like, okay, this is where my ball is going now, so we're going to move you down here, and then I hit the golf ball, and it was like,
I was speechless for the first time I saw him hit a ball straight.
Yeah, it was a perfect cheat code.
And so, like, for us, like, when you talk about this technology, it's amazing to me. Like, you guys got it. And you think about that, and you said there's 33 different settings. And you look at the chart, and you're like, that's a lot to think about. But you literally fit into one area. And so you're down the same 4 settings that you have on your other driver.
Yeah.
It's just where do you fit in, and now you have dialed that in so you can improve your game.
it's like personalizing your golf club better than anyone has ever done in this industry before. So it's amazing what you've done. And now you've taken it to the next level.
Yeah. And we kept that Future Fit 33 setting. We also have movable weights on this driver. So this is the LS model, and we've really focused on lowering that product of inertia to make it as dynamically balanced as possible. And you think about this player typically playing this club, they need a lower spin, but they might be a better player where they do find the center of the face more often. So they may not need as much forgiveness, but the beauty of this is with 3 weights is we can switch the weights around to give it more forgiveness in the traditional sense if needed. And then we go to the other like more extreme forgiveness models, say the Max K here, where it's more about traditional MOI, and we've got the weight in the back, right? And the X model is kind of a Goldilocks in the middle. So we've focused on POI. We still have that toe weight that offsets the weight of the hosel, but we also have a back weight, and we have Future Fit 33, but we also have weights that can switch to tune the driver even more. So it is like a tunable driver and a personalized driver.
It's so amazing how you come up with all of these, and every year you just make it better and better. And the other thing that I like is a lot of people think, oh, how am I going to know all these settings? And you even add a QR code on here that I can just snap my phone, and I'm like, okay, now I can see all these settings. But once you have it set, it's your driver, and it's perfect for you. So
we've tried to, even though it can sound complex, we've tried to make it as simple as possible. You got the QR code, it can kind of guide you through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's talk about this mini driver. And this is you guys have gone down this. This is the first mini driver you guys have done, right?
Yes.
What made you jump into the mini driver market? Let's start with that.
So it kind of started with Tour, honestly. Like, for those that have been following, we've kind of had a version of that on Tour for almost a year, I would say.
Okay.
And we've noticed that like players like Ricky were starting to use mini drivers, and it was a great, like, not just replacement for a 3-wood, but sometimes they need to hit less than driver. Like for them, hitting less than driver was something they needed to do, and it almost became a gapping plug for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting is a tour player almost like they hit that more than say their 3-wood, and they hit it more with their driver. It becomes such a comfort plug for them because they actually hit it more than either of them around.
You get those in between yardages, and it's perfect for them.
Yeah.
When courses are going sometimes longer and then sometimes more narrow, this is that perfect gap that you filled in right here. Yeah. And it has the 33 Future Fit technology on there as well.
43.5, and any 3-wood shaft will fit into it. It's 300 cc, so it's got more comfort off the tee than a 3-wood would. Mm-hmm. 3-wood, wood, I guess.
3-wood, yeah. How much wood can a woodchuck cut?
Let's go put this in my bag right now.
At the same time, it's actually more versatile than you think. You think about, okay, it can be a tee club, it can be an off the turf club when you just need to say max out your distance down on a par 5, right?
And what I like that you did here was a lot of companies just make this a non-adjustable club. So a lot of mini drivers are just kind of like a 3-wood that they may put their adjustable shafts in. You went full bore and everything just like the driver. It is just a mini version of that driver.
Yeah, so that, especially with Loft, that allows us to change Loft a bit as players' needs change and what they want to see with their lawn conditions. It gives options.
Exactly.
Recently, a whole line now of the 3D printed clubs, huh?
Yes. So this is really exciting. So we started with the 3DP Tour last year and had tremendous success. And we also, have a muscle back that Max Homa was testing. Mm-hmm. And we knew that the Tour fit for a really good, like 15 and below handicap level, but there's a lot of golfers out there above 15. And so that's where the 3DPX comes in. So now we've got 3 sizes, if you will. They're all built on the 3D printing technology that puts that steel internal lattice inside and just gives us tremendous forgiveness, allows us to take that extra weight out of the middle and reposition it using heavy tungsten weights down low. And you get the same impact feel and sound of a 14 because you have that lattice touching all parts of the inside of the body. Really separates the form and the function of the head. You think about, you get the form that you want, but you get like forgiveness of a head that would be much bigger.
Okay. That's great. Like I hit the Tour last year and I was like blown away by them. And now that you've come up with 3 different lines of them, it's once again, versatility is what you add to the bag.
Yeah.
And gives me more choices and better options out on the golf course.
And you can flow set those together. So
I love that.
Very, the aesthetic is very similar and the specs are designed so that you can say combine a 3DPX and a 3DP Tour, or a 3DP Tour long iron and a 3DP MB short iron, or even all 3 if you wanted to.
And that's what I think a lot of golfers out there, and like if you're watching this, that's something you should really look into is don't just think you have to go with an MB or a cavity back. You can actually fine-tune your irons for what you hit better in higher irons and what you hit better in lower irons. So it's smart that you've really changed this up with this new 3D line.
Yeah, and they're all going to feel very similar, so you're not going to get all the
Yes.
differences in feel, and it's going to be that really solid, feel that people would normally associate with a 4G, right? But it's got all the technology packed into it, so it's got the performance that a 4G can never get to.
Now, we've talked a lot about tour players and great golfers out there, but you also have a great line coming out here as
Yes.
well for more forgiving. That's going to help the average golfer out there. So, can you
Right.
tell us a little bit about these
Yeah,
irons?
so there's actually two models. There's the King and the King Max. If you see it, there you go, right? So these are
It's the King
game
Max.
improvement irons at a little bit lower price point than, say, the 3D lineup, but also pack a ton of technology and performance in a package that still looks really clean. What we've got here is a 360-degree speed shell face that's welded onto the body, and it's got a variable thickness in the back, so it gives you the high ball speeds.
Mhm.
There's a heavy catapult weight, is what we call it, down low inside underneath the medallion here that's wrapped in urethane
Oh,
polymer,
okay.
and it's floating in that, so that provides a low center of gravity, but also vibration damping, so it's going to feel great and give you a little momentum boost at impact. And then to save more weight, we've actually 3D printed this medallion piece in nylon to take some of the weight out of the club up top. That helps lower the center of gravity. We've also, if you look at the sole, we've added a ramp on the front of the sole, kind of a little sole relief there to have a little extra bounce on the front to make that turf interaction a little more forgiving. The two models, there's the King and the King Max, and the King Max is the larger, more offset, a little bit thicker top line brother to the King iron, and even those two might be able to be comboed together.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I'm sitting here looking at these putters right now, and you guys just launched those, and I have a funny story about them. So you guys used the LA face, which was before that the Sick Golf face.
Yes.
I was actually fit for a tour-only Sick in a building right over there when they used to be headquartered here.
Nice.
One of the Harrison brothers fit me for mine. I am a firm believer in that face technology.
Yeah.
And getting the ball rolling, and no matter where you hit it and where your hand position is, it gets the ball rolling so much better than anything else. So talk about the 3D printed these with the SIG technology.
We have a vintage, and then we have a 3DP family. And the 3DP family, in this case, we are actually printing there's like a nylon lattice piece that allows us to take the weight and position it elsewhere. So that nylon lattice is really light. Otherwise, that weight would be concentrated at the inside. We can spread it out to the perimeter, give us more forgiveness. And like you said, in this case, we're machining that descending loft technology into the face.
Yeah. And that DLT is unbelievable.
Yeah. So these would be, for the size of the head, they're like the forgiveness and of the head is much greater than the size of the head because of that 3D printing lattice piece inside. And then on the vintage model, we have a polymer PVAX insert to give us a little bit softer feel. Still has the descending loft technology in it. So we've got a couple different feel and sound profiles, and several models.
The balance and alignment, that just holding it here, it feels so square. It feels like it lines up and comfortable. That a lot of putters sometimes, I feel they make way too heavy, and like when it feels like I drop to the ground, it's like a
The
brick.
weight has gone up over the years.
Yeah.
Finding like a putter head under 350 grams now is a hard
Yeah,
thing to do.
you're
But
right.
I feel this balances it. It doesn't feel. It feels like it has the weight that I need for the putt, but it doesn't feel like it's really gonna hammer the golf ball.
Right. Yeah.
So it's amazing.
No, that's awesome. I've been looking forward to this meeting and sitting down and talking with you guys, especially with all the new technology that's coming out. So this is incredible. It's, we've seen them on. I don't know if you saw. Did you see Ricky's 3D printed irons the other night on TGL? And so much good technology with this Cobra line. It's awesome. So
another cool thing you can do with 3D printing for Ricky, for example, he wanted certain specs and shape of his head, so we still use the same technology, but he has a slightly different shape with a little higher toe, say, than the 3D Tour model. That's the kind of thing you can do. You can start personalizing stuff for tour players.
You're not doing as much of a mold that you have to
There's no
go
mold,
by.
there's
It's
no mold.
3D
It's a
printed,
cap
so you
file
can
and you
really
print
do it.
So it's printed up layer by layer and laser.
That's
thin.
fantastic.
So it really opens a lot of design freedom, and we're trying to bring that freedom to every golfer in performance aspects, but also you can do some things for tour players with shaping to give them exactly what they are asking for.
No, that's awesome.
Well, if you are looking into dialing your game, make sure you are checking out everything Cobra Golf has to offer, because they will dial you in from the driver to the putter, and it is an amazing lineup this year, so make sure you're checking them out. Ryan, thank you so much again.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
for your
appreciate
time.
your time.
Thank you guys.
And, hopefully it warms up here for you here in Central Florida.
Yeah, SoCal is actually a little warmer than this.
A little bit.
Not complaining. Not complaining. Thanks,
Well, thank you.
So, I mean, how much fun was that?
I'll tell you what, that was, like I said, I was looking forward to that interview, and learned so much. But again, that Cobra Golf technology and what they're doing in the game, I don't know. What I don't understand is, I know we play it. We love that driver. But I don't understand why more people aren't, because it's so good. And it literally makes it so that you are literally just like, again, it's a cheat code. That Future Fit 33 technology. Yeah, just keep it coming.
I mean,
because
it really affects everything you do with the club, because when we were down in Florida, I didn't bring my clubs with me, and we played one day, and I was using Dave's driver, and it's a different driver head than I have. It's set up similar to mine, but I was hitting it left all the time with it, because I needed to adjust it to my settings for his type of driver versus the settings I have for my type of driver. That's how dialed in you can get with this Future Fit 33 technology, and all of this advancement, from the 3D printing to now the weighting systems that they have. It really is a custom club for millions of golfers out there. So if you're not checking them out, you're missing out. And you're missing out on, as Steve said, the cheat code of drivers.
You know what? I one of the things that surprised me at the PGA show, so obviously last year we were surprised by the Future Fit 33 technology in the driver with the DS Adapt. I was surprised this year that no one has tried to not go to 33, but we didn't see more modifications in the driver settings from the other OEMs.
Well, it's funny. I don't think the other OEMs are going to change much in that. I think Cobra went to an extreme, and until people start adapting that Cobra technology, which you need to. Well, I'm not just saying this because I really like their products, but it is a cheat code. It is dialing in your game. So until more people realize that, then I think more companies will start doing that and try to figure out that. But Cobra is ahead of the game, and you need to get in while it's hot right now and get in on the ground floor with these drivers. That mini driver is going to be a game changer in itself with the 33 Future Fit technology.
Dude, I would take my 3-wood out of my bag right now and just
100%.
take a little more loft on that thing and just rip it all day, every day on that thing. So, yeah, that's what I would do.
It's crazy. So, all right, let's get into what I thought was one of the most exciting weekends in sports in a long time. You had the Olympics in the morning. You had the waste management in the afternoon, and then the Super Bowl in the evening. And speaking of the Super Bowl, if you were watching the Super Bowl and you're watching it on your TV and you wanted a crystal clear picture, maybe you need a rangefinder that has a crystal clear picture. Check out Nikon rangefinders and the Cool Shot Pro 3 for that crystal clear picture and lock on target technology. It is another game changer in the sport. So if you need a new rangefinder, make sure you're checking out Nikon for the best rangefinder and clearest picture in the game.
Correct.
Speaking of some things,
I didn't watch a lot of the Olympics. I'll be honest with you this weekend. I watched a lot of golf this weekend.
Let's just start there. Let's start with how Scotty was duffing shots on Thursday. Got her up, took a lead on Thursday. Then out of nowhere, Hideki starts taking a lead and running away with this thing. It was a fight from Thursday to a playoff on Sunday. Could we have had a more exciting end to the waste management, Steve? Do you think so?
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to go hot take right now. Hot take alert. We need a thing for hot take alert.
I need to make a graphic for that.
We need to make a hot take graphic. I think when we look back at the end of the year, we will still talk about the waste management. Non-major.
Non-signature.
Non-signature. But I'd even put it up against some of the signature events. I think we may look back and say this might have been the tournament of the year.
I agree with you. It had all of the drama that everyone talks about. Everyone talks about, like, you need the big players there. Had all the big players in the game. Didn't have everyone, but had most of them.
Yep.
They were all at the top of the leaderboard. They were all fighting for a place there. You had the young guns. You had the old guard. You had everybody there on Sunday. And it was a battle. It wasn't like someone was running away with it. It looked like as soon as someone started to get a lead, someone caught right back up. And all the drama was there all the way to a playoff.
Well, I mean, the run that Scotty made after shooting 73 on Thursday, and to get to, what did he end up at? 15 under?
He shot a 64 on and ended at 15 under, yes.
And 15 under.
One off the lead.
I'm going to say this. He birdies 18, he wins the golf tournament.
I don't know, because if he birdies 18, that puts him in this playoff.
Correct. I'm telling you right now, he birdies 18, he wins the golf tournament.
No, I got to say, our boy Gotterup is the new up-and-comer.
Oh, again.
This guy right here. Where am I pointing to? This side. Right here. This guy right here.
Yep.
That guy is the new up-and-comer. On the back nine, had one bogey.
Yep.
Had 6 birdies. He only parred 2 holes on the back nine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that run and that birdie on 18 from where his tee shot was phenomenal.
I think that when you look back what he's done, by the way, yes, he won twice before coming on our show, but he has won twice quickly since coming on our show. I'm not saying there's anything there, but there might be something there.
I'm just saying he ended the season before the Ryder Cup, came on our show.
Correct.
And he came on our show after. Unfortunately, he didn't get picked for the Ryder Cup team, which we think is a snub, and he should have been on that Ryder Cup team.
Obviously, he should have been.
But he was on our show instead.
Correct.
So, and then he's now 1, 2, or 3. He's 2-1 this season. So
yeah,
I'm not saying it's us, but what it might be.
I'm also not saying it's not us.
Is the Bridgestone Mindset Golf Ball. If you are looking to dial in your game, check out Bridgestone Golf, the #1 ball fitter in golf, and check out their new B Tour line with Velo Surge. Now, if you saw last week, Steve did an interview with Adam from Bridgestone and talked about this new technology, and you can go watch Chris Gotterup talk about it on Instagram and how this really is changing the golf ball and making the golf ball fly better. We played with it a few weeks ago, and I even said it feels different and feels so much better to a golf ball we already loved. So if you're looking for the golf ball that's going to change your game and change your mindset, check out the Bridgestone Tour B line with the Mindset technology and Velo Surge.
Waste Management is known for, besides being the greenest show in golf, besides having the Coliseum, it's known for its rowdiness.
The wasted management.
And I'm not saying that there isn't a place for this. No.
I think this is the place for this.
I don't think that there is a. Here's the problem.
There's just one problem here.
Well,
let me ask you this, Steve. When you look at the
couldn't find a fairway all week with his driver, and I'm not saying what happened on 18 was the reason he hit it in the water on 18 in the playoff,
but it didn't help.
It didn't help. And I think that there's we all saw it. You had Jack Doherty and
oh my God, don't.
No, I'm going to go down the road because
No,
the dude
I'm saying no, we got to go down this road because the
dude had no business being there. He doesn't have a business being there. And if you're going, again, I get you want the Happy Gilmore scene because that's what he was trying to get the guy to do. And I appreciate, I'm going to say this, Mackenzie Hughes took the high road.
Oh, 100%.
Mackenzie Hughes took the high road. And sometimes
Class
I'm not
act.
going to take the high road. But Mackenzie Hughes is like, kind of expected you.
But here's the thing that I have a problem with. Like, I get when you yell mashed potatoes and yell stuff after their swing and you want to be rowdy at a golf course. I want that energy to be there. But when they're in their backswing and they're playing for money, this is their job. That is technically you harassing them at their job when you're doing this. And you are interfering with their livelihood if you are interrupting the game. It's the equivalent of throwing something on a field at a baseball game.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's doing this just for laughs and views and is like, oh, calm down, or oh, you're soft. No, there's no place for this in this game. Like, do your thing. Go, if you were doing this on a municipal course or on a public course and you were doing this for funny, kind of like Jackass did back in the day, that's different. Those people, they might be playing for money, but it's just between friends. It is not their livelihood while they're out there. This is a professional golf tournament, and you don't need to bring that clownery into the game. That takes away from it.
Really quick, I do need to read a couple comments on here because one of them, hey, Ocala Golfer, what's up, dude? Hey, Low Rate
That's
Nate,
not a comment.
Thank you. What's up, dude? He said, what's up?
He said, what's up, dude?
AZ Nittany Lion. He went to some school. Dude needs to be banned from more than just PGA events. Not wrong.
No, that's true. Because here's the thing: if he did this at the Super Bowl, if he did this at an NBA game or a Major League Baseball game, and yelling might not be the equivalent, but something like that disrupts the state of play in that game. Yes, he should be banned. Other sports should. And YouTube should ban it.
TCC Hilton Head. Hey, TCC Hilton Head. We need to get up to Hilton Head, Greg, and maybe meet TCC Hilton Head. Thank you for watching tonight. Nail it on the head. Post swing is the time to be funny. Are we lose it? Are we lose it? Until then, no. Keep your mouth shut. Ocala Golfer. Unfortunately, that kid will only get more followers and publicity from the negative attention. He should have never been there in the first place. You know what? Those followers that are going to follow him should come and follow us.
Yeah. Follow Classy Golf and Classy Golfing Dads. Follow the Golfing Dads.
We have a good time. Again, we use our Desert Fox Golf speaker, our DJ 10. We enjoy a good drink on the golf course.
Hey, speaking of good drinks on the golf course, I am trying these Lux mixer cubes that I got at the PGA show. And I got to say, these things are amazing. You take these cubes. I dropped an old fashioned and a vanilla cube in here, and I have a vanilla old fashioned with some my favorite bourbon in here as well. And you mix all that together and you get an amazing old fashioned. Try out these mixing cubes. I got to say, they are fantastic.
One question, then I want to get to the Ocala Golfer's last comment that he just made because it's going to segue into a few other things that we want to talk about.
Perfect.
How long do they tolerate it at Waste Management?
They didn't. They did the right thing when that happened.
They did the right thing to Jack Doherty. They did not do the right thing to that idiot that did it when Hideki was in the middle of his putting stroke on 18.
That and that they need to address as well. But they need to look.
And having seen the video on TikTok, kudos to the spectators for calling that dude out.
Oh, 100%. That's what I like, that the spectators are calling these people out. The spectators called out Doherty and the kid that he paid to do this, and it needs to go away. They need to do what they did and kick people out of the tournament. You get kicked out of things all the time for doing stupid stuff. You do stupid stuff, you find out what happens. So they need to crack down on it. And when it happens, like the rowdiness that is at the, don't let them in yet, the rowdiness that is the Waste Management has its place. That rowdiness is fun, but don't interfere with the contest there. Don't interfere with it. Have fun. Be rowdy. Enjoy it. The crowd, Joel Damon wearing a Seahawks helmet down 16, which, let's be honest, had he made that chip in with the helmet on, that would have been even more epic than what it was. But it was still epic, so kudos, Joel.
No, you know what the most epic thing Joel Damon did?
This call out to a friend of ours, a friend of the
a call out to literally our buddy Yip Strickler saying, "Great shot, Joel." Yip Strickler, yes. Hey Yip, that was awesome, by the way. And we're 100% behind you on that.
All right, let's bring in.
No, wait.
You're not gonna bring him in?
Wait.
Okay.
No, give me a second. The Ocala golfer said social media made it popular to act like an idiot and get likes. Social media is destroying the game. Shrink the game. So let's go down that. So Shado had a great post. Yeah, Shado Golf had a great post about this.
And I don't like the shrink the game as the model, but I like his idea of where he's going with this. Dave, welcome into the show.
Welcome in, Dave. Look at it. Hey, Dave, nice shameless plug. Okay. Hey, I also want to say hi. Big Break Lori just joined the show on Instagram. Hey, Lori, how are you?
Another fan of the show, guest of the show. Lori, welcome in. One of my favorite people here in Indiana. Shout out to French Lick, Indiana, and check out French Lick Resort.
Are you gonna bring me in?
The Don. You're in.
Are in.
You are in. We're literally looking at you.
I don't see myself on the screen.
That's even better. You're there. Talk.
Hey, Bradley.
On all of our screens.
Yeah, you're not on my screen. I'm not on my
thumbs
screen.
Up in the chat if you can see Dave because he can't see himself. Help us find Dave.
Help us find where's Dave? Where's Waldo?
Dave, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
But I'm still in my own little hazy box down here, like I'm backstage.
Dave, put a shirt on. No, we can see what you're wearing, Dave. You got the nice hoodie on.
Yeah.
Got that good golfish gear. If you're looking for great clothing out there, make sure you're checking out Golfish Apparel because they deck us out in this fine apparel here. And I love this stuff. It is the most comfortable stuff to wear on the golf course, wearing it to a business trip or a meeting and wearing it out fishing. It is from the marina to the golf course. Golfish. Check them out.
Hey, Dave, AZ Nittany Lions said nice hat.
It is a nice hat.
And Lori said, Dave, you're not lost. So
well, I am lost.
Yes,
I am Dave.
Is true. Not all who wander are lost. I don't like the shrink the game mentality. I also don't like the words, and we've talked about it on here. I don't believe in the idea that we are not that the idea of growing the game, and I think that's a lot of lip service. But I think that taking a fraternity initiation and fraternity rush week and turning it into a golf tournament with a bunch of people that don't know anything about golf, there needs to be and is it a case of having signage around the golf course about etiquette?
I think it's a thing about respect. I think we need more respect in this country for people. We need to understand that, hey, when you're going to an environment where you don't know what that place is like, then you need to just be respectful of that place. Don't go in and act like an idiot. You know that the waste management is rowdy, so be rowdy, but know there's a line that you don't cross at these things. Have fun. I want you to have fun. I want to grow the game. But to go back to Shano's point here of shrink the game, which at times where people are destroying golf courses and they're using YouTube and Instagram, not the way that we do for great reasons of sharing and spreading this game and growing the game. They're using it to damage the game. They don't think they are, but they're impacting PGA Tour players. They're wrecking golf courses, and they think it's funny and they think it gets them views. That's not what I want to watch. I want to watch people playing golf. I want to watch people flushing shots. I watched something with Rick Shields the other day that was exciting to watch, and talking about his growing in the game and where he came from and where he was. And he talked about people leaving negative comments out there and bad comments. Get rid of all this. If you don't like something, don't watch it. And if you want to destroy something, don't do it. Don't destroy something just because you think it's going to get you views. That's not what this is about. This is about spreading the love of the game and sharing it with the world, because that's what this is about. It brings us together. Let's not separate and tear us apart with these stupid things. That's my 2 cents.
And I will second that. So I do want to, our buddy AZ Nittany Lion was out at the Waste Management.
It's a great name.
It was out at the Waste Management this weekend. Hey, Scotty, is your liver recovered from the Waste Management?
I was going to ask. I was like, how's he doing? Has he gotten recovered fully from the Waste Management? Our prayers are with anyone who was there and had a great time, because that is a fun golf tournament, and that's what we need more of. We need those fun golf tournaments out there.
Hey, TCC Hilton Head. People do it because the Waste Management has been built around it. The tournament is a blast, but not necessarily for the traditional golfer. Heritage would not put up with that.
Hey, the Heritage. I mean, that's one of my favorite tournaments. I used to live in Hilton Head, and I'm hoping to go out again this year to the Heritage, because it is one of the most fun tournaments. And it's a social event that people respect and have a lot of fun. It's like a classy Waste Management is the way that I would describe it. Is people are there to have a good time, be social, get drunk, watch golf, and enjoy their time there, not distract from what is going on.
Could you picture if the players, the spectators acted like they do at Waste Management, the players, how many belly flops there would be into the pond on 17? I'm just asking for a friend there.
Here's the thing. I don't know. You couldn't do that at Harbortown, just the way that course is set up, because the views at that course at certain holes, especially on the par threes, you can't really build an arena and diving into there. I mean, you're going to get eaten by an alligator if you dive into that pond. So.
I mean, the time we played there, what was it? 14 had that beast sitting on the bank on the other side. I ain't jumping in there at all. That thing was
that
massive.
That guy was a beast. Like,
he was a dinosaur. He was a dinosaur. Is what he was. So.
But that's another tournament. If you're looking for a golf tournament to go to the Heritage.
Go to the Heritage
at Harbortown, because it is an experience within itself that is as exciting, in my opinion, as the Waste Management. Not as rowdy, but just as fun.
Hey, speaking of rowdy and fun, something happened last night. Something happened last night. And I need to give a shout out where shout out is due. Now, a couple weeks ago, we had Justin Rose make the first double eagle in TGL history.
Yep.
And then last night it happened. We had hole outs on TGL. We had some great putts made. I got to give Billy Horschel credit where credit is due. That dude is a putting machine on the putting green at the TGL studio at the SoFi Center. We had our first hole in one last night.
Neil Shipley. We got to see Neil Shipley and know about him when he came up from Ohio State and was playing in the U.S. Open. And what was it, full swing season 1, or was it season 2 that he was in?
And playing with Tiger Woods at the Masters.
In the Masters. Yeah. That's what it was. Not the U.S. Open. It was the Masters where we really got to understand and meet Neil Shipley. But then you took it to the next level and made a hole in one. Congrats. One of my boys was at the event live. He sends me a picture from there. And he said that I asked him, I go, what's it like live? He said, it's better live than it is on TV, which I was hoping for that, because when I'm watching it on TV, the live aspect, I couldn't tell if it was going to be exciting or not. And he said it's better live. So TGL is doing it right.
Another shout out to our buddy Yip Strickler. And Dave, welcome back, by the way. May I suggest adding Neil Shipley to every TGL broadcast? Figure it out and I'll never miss a match. That dude was awesome on there last night. Hey, what's up, 1 Degree Claremont? Dude, I was watching last night. Literally had a blast watching it last night. I enjoy TGL for what it is. They're not trying to be what they're not. I'll leave that alone.
They are just a team golf event that is a simulator league for professionals. That's what it is. It is a upgraded simulator league for golf professionals, and they have fun playing as a team. Because when you watch Tiger out there last season, having that team aspect with his teammates out there and everybody that's out there, they're cheering each other on. They're doing high fives, they're chest bumps, everything out there. Yeah. They're planning and strategizing.
The reaction. Together. Well, last night, Tony Finau doing the Dougie.
That's what we need. This is what is fun, and these are the things that golf can be in both this and in real life too.
Dave, did you catch it last night, Dave?
Nope.
No?
I'm just happy my whole thing hasn't shut down on me again here.
Okay.
Hey,
we're working
we're
on
happy
it.
you're here. And,
We're happy you're here, yes.
No, Bradley, this was not a lost internet connection. This was everything just shutting down on me.
Same thing, Drink.
That's what happens in Iowa.
Yep.
Yes. There were some comments last week, and I want to get your opinion. I think you guys have heard me talk about this probably at nauseum because it's my favorite tournament of the year. The PGA Tour released a commercial talking about the players being can't wait till March because it's going to be major. And that's their tagline. And then all of a sudden the next morning, Brando Chambly comes out and is talking about how the Players is the best tournament of the year. It needs to be the 5th major. And Brando,
I don't know,
we
the
all know.
Waste Management gave a run for that.
Brando, we all know, can be a talking head for the PGA Tour and has been very much an opponent
Brando's
of anything
Brando.
else.
We know.
Brando's Brando. We'll leave it at that. Phil came out and responded and said, "I've won it. It's not a major."
Is he saying that because he won it? That makes it not a major.
That could be the case.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on now? Here's the question. Somebody made a comment today, and I heard this today, saying that they felt like the PGA Championship, that the Players was more of a major than the PGA Championship, and that the PGA realistically needs to move back to August to be the final major of the year to give it more credibility because they don't like it in May. So, Dave, I'm going to go to you first. Is the Players a major, and should we have 5 majors?
No, I don't think we should have 5 majors. I think 4 is a representative test of what each 4 of those golf events brings, to the playing field. I'm not arguing that it's not an outstanding tournament, but if we're going to go down the rabbit hole of calling things majors, Greg Euro, call the Waste Management a major, call Jack's tournament or Bay Hill Memorial. Why couldn't those be the majors as well too? You're just assigning a title of being a major to a golf tournament at that point in time, not diminishing, what happens, at that tournament. It is prestigious for what it is. But I think if you're going to just start handing out, awards or academies for that matter, it's the statue and, everybody gets one. It's a participation trophy then. Where does it diminish the other 4 that are already there?
So I'm going to add to that, Dave, because I agree with you. I don't think it should be a major. The reason I don't think it should be a major is because 3 of the 4 majors, they change where they are each year. They really work on those courses where they are. The Players stays where it's at. The Players is good at the TPC Sawgrass. It is great there. It is a great event. I think it is almost a mini major. I think it should be that kind of mini major. I think that we need this almost tier system out there for what's going on. I think that we don't need another major because I think it dilutes the majors. It'll water it down a little bit. But what it needs to be is what the signature events is have these elevated events that are going to be almost majors that can be at the same place every year, that can have fun, can have these fields that are out there, but leave the majors where they are. I do agree with the statement, though. I like the PGA later on back in August, just because it moves the season for us a little bit. They moved it up. It's okay. I don't I'm not against it, but what I will say is I like it back in August, and I think that it just finishes out the season a little bit better because you have what I like about the PGA Championship is you have that PGA professional aspect to it, and that's what I love about the PGA Championship. And that's why it is a major in my opinion. The Players is the closest thing to a major that is not a major, but it is not a major.
So My 2 cents, Augusta will go kicking and screaming if they aren't the first major of the year. So you'd have to figure out how to move the players to after the Masters, because it's kind of the rightful start of spring, especially if you're up north. And
they're also the only major that doesn't change courses. And now you have a second one.
Do I think the field that they have at the Players is the strongest field that they play all year? Now, the question needs to be had if you make it a major. Do you invite certain individuals from Live do you invite Bryson and Rahm and some of these other guys from the Live Tour to come and play, and extend that, say, hey, you want to come play? I think the problem you run into with that is it's the Players event.
They'll be back soon anyway.
Right. But being the Players and it's their tournament, the PGA Tour Players tournament, it's their tournament. I would have a hard time. I think a lot of them would have a hard time if you invited any of the Live players and they won. I really do. And more than a major. I do. I think they would have a hard time with it. But I do think, Greg, like you said, I think it's a mini major. I think it's that step below. I don't think you can. I just also feel like the LPGA Tour has 5 majors, and it's not really working for them. Like, it's
I don't. So, I agree.
And to me, if you're going to add another major, and I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud, I don't mind if you're going to add a 5th major. The Players would be the one that I would pick. However, what if we made the Australian Open the 5th major?
I think you need that Open series
globally.
Yeah, I like because that's what they do in the LPGA Tour. One of the majors is in France, the Evian.
Yep, Evian.
So I like what they do with that. But I almost think maybe have 4 mini majors throughout the year that are just that. They're just a tier below the majors, and you almost have that allure of a major, but it's just not that major tier. It's a tier
So is it like the NBA play-in game then?
No, don't. No,
mid-season tournament.
No, I'm not saying it's a play-in to the majors. I'm saying it's just a bigger events that are up there that are just below the majors. Like I would go majors, mini majors. I don't like the name mini majors, but majors, mini majors, and then signature events, and then regular events. Like have those tiers for the season and weigh them in the FedEx Cup point system that way. And I think
you
would give it the credit
though when you come to Florida and you play at the Players, you need to make sure you protect your skin from the sun, and that means you need to jacket up. And Jacket Sunscreen, virtual sunscreen of the Golfing Dads. Use code Golfing Dads at checkout to get 20% off your order at Jacket Sunscreen. We have one more topic, and then we need to get to Pebble Beach. And that is someone verbally committed to college today.
Yes.
But why that school? Why?
Well, what I will say first is it's one of the best golfers of all time's kids. And if you're looking for kids clubs, check out our friends at Upswing.
Wow. We have shamelessly.
You gotta love these segues that I'm making up tonight. Upswing Golf grows with you and your kids. All of our kids are playing these clubs. Upswing Golf, check them out. Get your kids some clubs that can grow with them over time. The shafts change out.
Grow like a pro.
Grow like a pro. Upswing Golf, the official kids clubs of the Golfing Dads. But another golfing dad out there, his son has committed.
Hey, the OG himself has joined the show.
Oh, the OG. We have
the OG. He doesn't like the name mini major. He says
is the Ocala golfer. That's the OG. That's the
OG.
That's our OG.
The Orlando golfer said, "I don't like the name mini major. Sounds like a bad time."
It doesn't. I don't like that name. I said that when I said it, but I like the idea of a tier underneath the majors. I don't like the name mini major. I agree with you, OG. But Tiger Woods. So I'm going back up to my wall here. This guy's son. So one of the greatest golfing dads of all time has just committed to Florida State University.
Hey, TCC Hilton Head is a proud alum of there, and he thinks it's a good commit.
So Is it a good commit? I don't know what the Florida State Seminoles golf program is like.
Brooks Koepka went there. Oh, and
Okay.
the same year he's coming in, Miles Russell is coming in.
Oh, okay.
So Miles Russell,
Florida State is putting themselves on the map for golf.
Yes.
Well, they can't do it with football, so they may as well do it with something else.
Right. You are right about that.
They tried. They came close and then crashed and burned, just kind of like my Nittany Lions. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a good commit for Florida State. This has been rumored for a while that he was looking at Florida State, and they've had some. Oh yeah, Luke Clanton went to school there too, by the way.
Okay.
He's been pretty good. Oh, wait, he was on Neil Shipley's team last night at TGL.
Exactly.
So he was one that called the ace before it happened. So,
and like I said, I'm not calling out Florida State for football. I'm just saying there are other programs out there that have a reputation for golf, like Texas, Stanford, Ohio State, all of those. So that's why when you're as good a golfer as Charlie Woods is, Florida State's just an interesting commit.
He won a state championship, something his father did not do.
I think his father has a pretty good resume.
Yeah, his father does have a pretty good resume too.
Like 82 things on his resume? It's a lot.
Oh boy! Oh my God! I got to read this from the Orlando Golfer. Charlie Woods announcing he's playing for Florida State is as important as Dave declaring he's attempting to qualify for LIV. Hot take: Charlie will have a hard time making the traveling team.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna have to check in for future Golfing Dad shows for that update later on. But...
yeah, let's see how well that ages.
All right, let's get into and finish it up here. We're going to Pebble Beach this week, and last week at the Waste Management, my guy shot
missed the cut.
Dave on the back nine on Friday, and I don't know what happened there, Dave. I think you could have beaten Harry Hall there, but Harry, I feel bad for you. I was hoping you'd do better, but I'm happy for our Bridgestone brother in here and Chris Gotterup, who missed his friend's wedding to win that, by the way.
Yeah.
His fellow Rutgers University golf teammate his wedding. But if you're gonna miss my wedding, and you're gonna win the Waste Management, you get a pass. So yeah. Kudos to that. But Pebble this week. The Pro-Am, we got, my favorite part of this is the man,
Bill Murray,
the myth, the legend, Bill Murray. That's what I look forward to at this every year. What's he going to do? Bill Murray, if you're watching, thank you for choosing us, and I really appreciate that. And you want to come on the show anytime, we can talk Chicago, we can talk Cubs baseball, and definitely we can talk golf. All right,
Dave, where do we stand on odds this week?
No surprise here. Scotty coming in at just under 3-1. Rory at 13. Xander and Siwoo at 25. Cam Young and Victor at 27. Fleetwood and Justin Rose at 28. Our boy Chris Gotterup at 30. Hideki at 32, if he can find the fairway. Matt Fitzpatrick at 34, Theoren Bjornsson and McIntyre at 36 and 38 respectively. I won't go any farther than that because I kind of feel where all three of us are picking. And Greg, because you missed a cut, you get to go first because I did.
Well, it's a new month, and I'm going to take my monthly Scotty pill, and I'm going to take Scotty Scheffler because I need a bounce back, and the man hasn't done too bad for himself, so I think this will be a good bounce back for him.
Steve?
I'm next?
Yep, because I finished higher than you.
Man, I got options here.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. It's hard to pick. Here's the thing.
Pick that mindset.
I really want to pick this week?
Justin Thomas.
Pearson Cootie.
Oh, Cootie everywhere.
Roy McIlroy. There's my pick. Okay,
Pearson Cootie 57-1.
I think that I would take those odds, Dave. I would take those odds right now. I think that is real bad.
I'm getting about 4-1 for him to be in the top 10. I'm gonna go. I thought about Goddard. I don't know, 2 weeks in a row coming off of Waste Management. But I'm going with the guy that had the first albatross in TGL history.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
I'm taking Justin Rose.
I think that's a good pick. He's playing really well right now. I mean, number 3 in the official world golf rankings. I love that Goddard's up to number 5 right now. So kudos to Goddard.
He's playing like a guy that deserved to be on the Ryder Cup last year.
He's playing like a guy that deserves to be on the Golfing Dads podcast, and he
Yes.
was. So, and you can come back anytime you want, Chris. We talked about that. So, congratulations to Chris Goddard on your Waste Management victory. That was a fantastic tournament to watch, and you stuck in there and came back and had an amazing finish there. So,
nice birdie in the
congratulations
playoffs.
to you.
That
Yeah,
rolled that
nice
rolled
birdie
the rock
in
well to
18.
left.
Yeah.
So, check us out next week. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Get yourself some Cobra Golf equipment.
All right, guys. What a round today.